Dear student, in our last class we learned two important Kirchhoff's law. One is called Kirchhoff's junction rule, is also called Kirchhoff's current law, and the one is called Kirchhoff's loop rule, is also called Kirchhoff's voltage law. In detail we learn in both the law we consider sign convention and how to work out all those things we learn in the last two videos. And today we start with concept like Wheatstone network or bridge. And Wheatstone network or bridge is mainly works by using Kirchhoff's two important law called current law and voltage law. Dear student, in case of this Wheatstone bridge, depending on this Wheatstone bridge, most of the instruments are working. In a practical part, you are going to do a certain experiment. Its working principle is Wheatstone network or Wheatstone bridge. Then we're going to discuss the balancer condition of that also, and this part is mainly important for 5 marks. Usually they're going to ask in annual exam, obtain the balancer condition of Wheatstone bridge by using Kirchhoff's law. Is one of the important question for 5 marks. And before discussing that, we'll discuss what is the structure of Wheatstone bridge that we discussed first. And again, keep one point clear in your mind. Wheatstone network or Wheatstone bridge mainly used to find out the unknown resistance in a given network. To find the unknown resistance in a given network. Dear student, in a Wheatstone bridge or network, it containing 4 resistors. All 4 resistors are connected in a cyclic order like this. All 4 resistors are connected in a cyclic order like this. And again, these 4 resistors we may call it like P, Q, R, S, or you can take this one is R, this one is S. Here 4 resistors are connected in the cyclic order form in the form of quadrilateral. Here in a Wheatstone bridge it contains how many resistors? 4 resistors. All these 4 resistors are connected in a cyclic order in the form of quadrilateral. Again here 4 corners are there. I call it as A, B, C and D. 4 corners, and again out of these 4 corners, in between 2 corners A and C we have to connect a cell or a battery. In between 2 corners A and C we have to connect a cell of EMF E. Cell of EMF E or battery of potential V, we can call it cell of EMF E. And this one is the key connected to that, we call it as K is the key. Remember, across the corner A and C we have to connect the cell of EMF E with the support of key. And again 2 more corner B and D we have to connect galvanometer. Its resistance is G ohm. Galvanometer of resistance G ohm. Dear student, galvanometer is the device used to detect the current in a given circuit. Is a device used to detect the current in the circuit. One more device is there, we call it as ammeter. It is a device used to measure the current in the circuit. Here galvanometer is the device used to detect the current in the circuit. Remember, here Wheatstone bridge is like this. Wheatstone bridge containing 4 resistors are connected in a cyclic form in the system like quadrilateral. Here 4 resistors are connected in the form of quadrilateral. Here 4 corners are there. Out of that, across 2 corners A and C we connected a cell or battery of EMF E with the support of K, and the remaining 2 corners B and D we connected galvanometer of suitable resistance G ohm. Now this one is the representation of a structure of Wheatstone network or Wheatstone bridge. By using this we have to obtain the balancer condition of Wheatstone bridge or Wheatstone network. That we discuss all the things one by one. Before that, keep one point clearly in your mind. Cell is connected across A and C. The cell provides a suitable value of current, we call it as I. I is the current drawn from this cell. That current I is reached to a point A. It divides into how many branches? 2 branches, and along this line AB current flow we taken as I1. Along line AD current flow we consider as I2. Here I1 and I2 are the branch current is divided at a point A. A is act like a node. At a node, current is divided into how many branches? Two branches. One is flowing through a resistor P, I1, and the one is flowing through a resistor R, that is nothing but I2. I1 current reached to this particular point B. Again, it is divided into how many branches? Two more branches. I1 illi reach agi puna ಎರಡು branch agi divide ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎರಡು branch agi divide ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Again, current flowing through a galvanometer we taken as IG. IG is the current flowing through a galvanometer, and amount of current flowing through a galvanometer is mainly depending on the value of galvanometer resistance G ohm. And again, current flowing through a resistor Q is equal to I3. Keep that point in your mind. I1 reached to a point B is divided into two branches. One is IG current flowing through a galvanometer, and the one is I3 current flowing through a resistor Q. Again here, I2 and IG enter to a point D is also act like a node. At a point D, again they combine together, we get the current we call it as I4. Again here I4 and I3 are reached to a node C here. Together it provide a current is equal to I. This one is the diagrammatic representation of Wheatstone bridge with a suitable direction of current. Dear student, here main current coming from a cell is I. It reached to a point A. I already told is divided into how many branches? Two branches. One is current flowing through a resistor P, and the one is current flowing through a resistor R, that we call it as I1 and I2. I1 reached to a point B is divided into two branches. We call it as I3 and IG. Here IG is the current flowing through a galvanometer. I3 is the current flowing through a resistor Q. Again here I2 and IG are reached to a point D. We call it as node or junction D. It become a current I4 and is reached to a point C. I3 is also reached to a point C. Together we get the current is equal to I. And once you get the clear idea about this diagram, then you have to apply the Kirchhoff's two important law. One we call it as a junction rule, and the one we call it as loop rule. With the support of junction rule and loop rule, we have to think about balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge. Is that clear? Dear student, they're going to ask this question mainly for 5 marks. Question is like this. Obtain the balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge by using Kirchhoff's law. Circuit diagram here clearly given, and with the help of this circuit diagram you have to find out the balance condition. First you have to apply the Kirchhoff's junction rule, then you have to apply the Kirchhoff's loop rule. By combining first rule and the second rule together, we have to get the balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge. Dear student, keep one point clearly in your mind. In case of explanation itself, Wheatstone bridge containing 4 resistor PQRS are connected in the form of quadrilateral. It containing a 4 corners A, B, C, D. Across AC we connected cell of EMF E with the support of key. Across B and D, corner B and D, we connected galvanometer of resistance G ohm. Here galvanometer is a device used to detect the flow of current. You have to think about derivation part now. First apply Kirchhoff's junction rule. In that to the node B. Apply Kirchhoff junction rule to the node B. Here this one is the node B. In a node B, there are 3 lines are joining. I1 current is entering, IG current is leaving, I3 current is leaving. Dear student, in case of Kirchhoff's current law or junction rule, I clearly said current entering to the junction, you have to take it as positive. Current leaving the junction, you have to take it as a negative. In a node B, I1 is entering to the junction, you have to take it as positive. Current entering to the junction, you have to take it as positive. That means plus I1 Current leaving the junction, that is nothing but IG. Current leaving the junction is nothing but IG and I3. Both are leaving the junction. Current leaving the junction, you have to take it as negative. Current entering the junction, you have to take it as positive. That's why you have to take I1 minus IG minus I3 is equal to 0. That according to Kirchhoff junction rule, algebraic sum of current in a node or junction is equal to 0. I1 is entering to the junction plus IG is leaving the junction minus I3 is leaving the junction minus. Here we got I1 minus IG minus I3 is equal to 0. On simplification we got I1 is equal to IG plus I3. I1 is equal to IG plus I3. I call this one as equation A. I call that one as equation A. Similarly, point B, apply Kirchhoff junction rule to the junction or node, to the junction or node D. To the junction or node D. Here this one is the node D or junction D. In case of junction D, I2 current is entering, IG current is entering, I4 current is leaving. Clearly I said entering current you have to take it plus, leaving current you have to take it as minus. Automatically I2 entering, that's why I have to take it as plus I2. IG current entering to the node D, you have to take it as a plus IG. But what about I4 leaving the junction? E point in horagade hogta ide, that's why I have to take it as minus. I4 is equal to 0. According to Kirchhoff junction rule, algebraic sum of current in a node or junction is equal to 0. Then we get I4 is equal to I2 plus IG. I got the equation number B. On simplifying this, I got I4 is equal to I2 plus IG. We call it as equation number B. Once we apply the Kirchhoff junction rule or node rule to a point B and a point D, then you have to think about Kirchhoff's loop rule, second law. There are two loops you have to think. First one, in a point number 2, apply Kirchhoff's loop rule in that first one to the loop A B D A, to the loop A B D A. That is nothing but this one, A to B, B to D, D to A, B, D, A. In case of loop A, B, D, A, we have to apply the Kirchhoff's second law, is also called Kirchhoff's loop rule. Adanna apply madabeku. First you have to move from A to B. This one is the direction of movement. If I move from A to B, I clearly said in Kirchhoff's loop rule itself in a sign convention, if my direction of movement or path and direction of current both are in the same way, Nenpidukoli, path drawn and direction of current eradu onde direction iddre, automatically you have to take negative. Yes or no? You have to take it negative. Here direction of my path and direction of flow current here one direction is there. Then you have to take it as what? Negative. Here it becomes minus I1 into what is the resistance here? P. P is the resistance. Here current or energy utilized. Next you have to move from B to D. It is my path. B in the D ke move aagta idena. If I move from B to D, automatically direction of current and my path both are same. ನಾನು ಬಿ ಇಂದ ಡಿಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಬಿ ಇಂದ ಡಿಗೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಸಹ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸೇಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್, ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಜಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಮೀಟರ್. ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಜಿ. Resistance of a galvanometer is G. Next important thing is you have to move from D to A to complete the loop. D in the A ge move adre just check the current I2. D in the A ge move agಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ check the current I2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿ ಇಂದ ಎಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚೆಕ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ I2 ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಡಿ ಇಂದ ಎಗೆ ಪಾತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್. And remember, direction of current like this, I am moving from D to A, opposite to my path. Opposite to my path, you have to take product of current and resistance should be positive. Plus tagobeku. Automatically it becomes plus I2 into resistance is R. That should be equal to 0. There is no cell. And again, I call this one is equation number C. And again, next important thing, apply Kirchhoff's loop rule to the loop. One more loop. To the loop BCDB. To the loop BCDB. B in the C in the D in the B. BCDB. B in the C. Just see that BC is my path. Direction of current I3 is along my path. Along my path is taken as negative. Very good. You take minus I3 into Q. Negative minus I3 into Q. What about C to D? Along my path or opposite? My path is CD. Current I4 is like this. Automatically opposite to my path. Then you have to take plus I4 into resistance is S. Next, you have to move from D to B to complete the loop. D in the B move ಆದರೆ current is downward, I am moving upward. Automatically G is along my path or opposite to my path. Automatically it become plus Ig into G. G is the resistance of the galvanometer. That should be equal to 0. Equation D. Dear student, we got total 4 equations, A, B, C and D. 2 equation A and B by applying the Kirchhoff junction rule or node rule or Kirchhoff's first law by applying the first law to the node B and node D. Next, we got the equation C and D by applying the Kirchhoff's loop rule or second law to the loop ABDA, this loop, and to the loop BCDB, a loop. ಈ ಒಟ್ಟು ನನಗೆ 4 equation ಬಂತು. Once you get the 4 equation, then you have to think about balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge. Next, by applying the balanced condition, here the balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge in such a way, we have to select the 4 resistances value PQRS in such a way that current flowing through a galvanometer is equal to 0. Dear student, under balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge, we have to select 4 resistors value PQRS in such a way that current flowing through a galvanometer should be equal to 0. Is that clear? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಈ PQRS 4 ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವ ಕರೆಂಟ್ 0 ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. Keep this point clearly in your mind. If current flowing through this galvanometer becomes 0 means potential at a point B and potential at a point D both are same. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವನೋಮೀಟರ್ 0 ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ B and potential at a point D, that we call it as voltage at a point B and voltage at a point D, both are equal. If potential at a point B and D are equal, automatically potential difference between point B and D is equal to 0. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿ 0 ಆದರೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವನೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವೀಟ್ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ PQRS resistor value you have to select in such a way that we have to make potential difference between a point B and D should be equal to 0. Automatically current flowing through a galvanometer becomes 0. ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, the charges are flowing from one point to another point. There will be a flow of current takes place only if there will be a potential difference. If potential difference itself is equal to 0, what should be the current flow? 0. Current flow ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಝೀರೋ. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಝೀರೋ. It is a condition called balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge. By using this, we can say that at balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge, we have Ig, that means current flowing through a galvanometer should be equal to 0. Current flowing through a galvanometer should be equal to 0. Is that clear? Continuation of this derivation by using this balancer condition, we have to think about 4 equation. Automatically, equation A, B, C and D becomes equation A, B, C and D becomes, after taking balancer condition like Ig is equal to 0. In case of equation A, if I take Ig is equal to 0, Ig is equal to 0 in equation A, automatically we got I1 is equal to I3. Equation A becomes I1 is equal to I3. I call it as equation 1. I1 is equal to I3. Similarly, in equation B, I4 is equal to I2 plus Ig, where Ig is equal to 0. Equation becomes I4 is equal to I2. I4 is equal to I2. I name this as equation 2. And the next continuation of this equation C and D. In a C and D, we have to take Ig is equal to 0. Ig is equal to 0 tokondre. In equation C, just say this, equation C minus I1P plus I2R is equal to 0. That becomes I1P is equal to I2R. After rearranging the equation, I got I1P is equal to I2R by substituting value for Ig is equal to 0. Similarly, here equation D minus I3Q plus I4S plus Ig into G. What is the value for Ig? 0 is equal to 0. That becomes I3 into Q is equal to, or I3 into Q is equal to I4 into S. I call this as equation 4. Dear student, we got the 4 equations by using balanced condition that indicates that Ig is equal to 0. We got a 4 equation here. I1 is equal to I3. First equation, I4 is equal to I2, second equation. Along with that, third equation, I1 into P is equal to I2 into R. Next equation, fourth equation, I3 into Q is equal to I4 into S. Next step, equation 3 divided by equation 4. Equation 3 divided by equation 4, that becomes I1 into P divided by I3 into Q is equal to I2 into R divided by I4 into S. Dear student, I got this equation. We already know from equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and 2, what it says, I1 and I3 are equal. I1 and I3 are equal. Automatically these two gets cancelled. I1 and I3 are equal from equation 1. Not only that, from equation 2, I4 and I2 are equal. I2 and I4 are equal. These two gets cancelled. Then we get the condition P divided by Q is equal to R divided by S. Dear student, this one is the balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge by using Kirchhoff's law. Remember, if I say that this Wheatstone bridge is balanced by adjusting the value for PQRS in such a way that current flowing through a galvanometer is 0. If current flowing through a galvanometer is 0 or the circuit or network is balanced, then we got the condition P by Q is equal to R by S. It is one of the important theory related to Wheatstone bridge by using Kirchhoff's law. Dear student, at balanced condition, we got current flowing through a galvanometer is equal to 0 by adjusting the value of PQRS. That I already said. ಈ ಪಿ ಕ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇಸ್ 0, ಐ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ potential difference between a point B and D. Potential difference between a point B and D, that is nothing but VB minus VD, that should be equal to 0. If VB minus VD is equal to 0, if VB minus VD is equal to 0, we come to know that potential at a point B and potential at a point D are equal. Potential at a point B and D are equal is one of the important note mainly for a competitive exam or 1 marks is a point number 1, note 1. And again note 2 related to this. If I say that this galvanometer and cell are get interchanged, it should be like this. Here resistor P, here resistor Q, here resistor R, here resistor S. It is a point A, it is a point B, it is a point C, it is a point D. Between B and D, what is there here? Galvanometer. But between B and D, I will connect a battery with the help of key. I will connect a battery. Between B and D, I connected a battery or a cell. And in between A and C, what is there? Cell or battery is there. But in between A and C, I will connect galvanometer. ಇದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಯಾಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್. If galvanometer and cell both are get interchanged, again this Wheatstone bridge is balanced. That indicates that P by Q is again equal to R by S. Again in case of this circuit also P by Q is equal to R by S. Here role of P is played by R. Role of Q is played by P. Role of R is played by S. Role of S is played by Q. Again this circuit obey P by Q is equal to R by S. That's why these two important note remember mainly for exam. Keep one point clear in your mind. Here current flowing through a galvanometer becomes 0 by adjusting the value for resistors P, Q, R and S. Automatically potential difference between a point B and D is equal to 0. Potential at a point B and potential at a point D are equal. Second important thing, if galvanometer and cell are get interchanged, this circuit, galvanometer and cells are get interchanged, automatically again after interchanging the galvanometer and cell also the circuit is balanced. These two are the important result in case of Wheatstone bridge. Is that clear? Yes. The remaining thing we'll discuss in next class. Thank you.